Let's get started. So now we have to figure out how to connect.
Yes.
Hey Jim, do we have some sort of connector? Because I don't have one in my laptop.
But don't we have?
Or we can use just AirPlay.
Yeah, if that's possible.
Okay, I'll try, but usually it never works.
Sometimes there is like extra other cables behind the.
Okay, give me. Let me just try this AirPlay.
With me? It's full. Yeah.
First, I think we need to turn it on.
Where is it?
Yeah, I think this.
Do you have it?
I don't know.
Find it?
Yes, it's like works. Okay. What room is that? Bangkok or Beirut?
Dublin.
Dublin. Cool. And also I need some sort of code. Okay, here it is. Hey, it works. Cool.
Perfect. Okay, so welcome everybody. Everybody's here. That's cool. This is Igor,
Hi.
Hi people.
and he's gonna teach you something about CLI today. So I hope you will have lots of fun. I
Yeah.
think so or not.
Not much, because it's command line interface, so prepare to be bored.
Okay. That's a good and clear introduction. About
Yeah.
command line.
My name is Igor. I've been working as a backend developer for like years already. That's why I know about command line interface, and hopefully I can explain it today to you. We're gonna have curriculum plus a few more pro tips, because not everything is there so far. We'll see how it goes. All right. So let's get started. First thing, what's command line interface and why do we need it? Command line interface, it's sounds like this. You see it. It's originally comes from Unix operation systems, but also we have it on Windows operation systems. But why exactly do we need it? Because all of us are familiar with this nice graphic user interface, like folders, like my computer, all these kind of things. But why would we stare at this black screen with like blinking cursor? First of all,
I'm trying to bunch you guys, sorry.
First of all, command line interface is available everywhere. There are some operation systems which don't have graphic user interface. They can be on, I don't know, on remote server or something like that, but you still have to manipulate with your data, do some operations with that. And the only option usually you have there is command line interface. That's why you need it. But the most important thing about command line interface, we've got Mac, we've got Windows, but still we do have command line interface. It's still there because of it's good for automation. You can change some commands like pass output from one command to input of another command. That's how you can create complex structures in order to operate your data. Also, you can create some scripts. Are you familiar with scripts? No?
Little bit.
Maybe not yet. It's just one command is one command, but script it's like few commands written in file, so you can double click or execute it in command line or whatever you want. And you're gonna run all this set of commands. Basically, it's some sort of automation. You can run few commands in one go. It's very useful if you do a lot of operations. And also you can do scheduled operations. For example, in the middle of the night you can run the export scheduled by cron, because it takes a lot of time and you don't want to do it during the day, so you can schedule it. Clear now?
Yeah.
Okay,
very
yeah.
good,
Questions? Alright, we've got black screen, we've got commands, we can change them, we can write a script, and we can run it in special time, alright? Cool. Then we need to know what is file system. In Unix, file system, basically what it is. On the computer you've got your files, right? You've got directories and you've got files in them, or more directories and files in them, or just empty directories. This is called file system. It's clear for you?
Directory,
Yeah.
you mean by folder, right? When you have folder and...
Yeah, files and folders. This is called file system.
Yeah.
What's the difference from our point of view in between Unix operation systems and Windows operation systems? On Windows we've got disk C, disk D, disk E, whatever you can, how many disks you want, right? On Unix operation systems you've got only one disk. This is the main important difference so far for you. I'm not going into details. There are different operation systems with different file systems, with caching, like all the different complicated structures, but you don't want to know it. So far what's important, we've got Unix with one root directory and Windows with like few disks on the root. Clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Igor, do you know what is the difference between Unix and Linux? They are very confusing. I always
To make it simpler, we've got Windows and we've got the rest of operation systems, like OS X, Mac OS, we've got Linux, FreeBSD, different Linux flavors, all of them are Unix. So we've got Windows and the rest of the world.
So
Windows and Unix.
Linux is under Unix.
Yeah. It's a subset of Unix. Let's say it like this.
Thank you.
Okay? Okay. So let's get started. So far we've got this blank screen, right?
Yeah.
This is the invitation, this blinking cursor says us, okay, you can enter some commands. But what kind of commands do we have? Let's have a look.
Before starting, can I ask one more question?
Go for it.
We downloaded Git Bash.
Yeah.
Also, there is command prompt from default from Windows.
Yeah.
Is there any difference between command prompt and this Git Bash application? They are the same thing or different?
Command line in Windows and command line in Linux. You mean we have already command line in
Those are
Windows?
slightly different,
Mm.
but more or less it's the same. All the commands we're gonna learn today work both here and there. For you it's gonna be the same so far.
Okay.
Okay?
Just question.
Uh-huh.
The commands that we need to learn here, it will gonna work on every operating system, right? I mean, if you want on Windows or Mac or anything.
Yeah. All our commands we're gonna learn today, and like most of them, gonna work here and there both. This is the whole point, because like I just explained before, we've got command line interface everywhere. on Unix, on Windows operation systems, here locally at our laptops, there at server, on remote server. If I connect to your laptop, I can use your command line interface. It's everywhere. It's like very basic layer of operation system. And then on top we've got this graphic user interface, which basically operates under the hood with command line commands. Seems like I have to connect to Wi-Fi and I don't have it. Excuse me, I'll ask someone for the password.
Password.
I have it.
Super.
Oh, cool.
Supersonic Peppermint.
Subsonic.
I will give you the picture.
But what's the name? But
Guest.
base
Backbase SRF guest.
guest. Cool. Supersonic or
Subsonic.
Subsonic.
subsonic?
Peppermint.
So lovely password.
That's the Wi-Fi name.
No.
Is it
Sub.
just be sure this control or something like that?
Oh yeah, it's this one. Sub. Okay. It was typo.
That's this.
Yep. Cool. All right. Does everyone have this command line interface open?
Yep.
Open.
It's Dublin, right? Okay. Command line interface,
Open.
Yeah.
everyone, right?
Yeah.
So, what do we have in this command line interface? We've got file system, right? File system is a structure of folders and files. Currently, I'm in one of them, in some of this, inside of one of this folder, because at any point of time we can be in only one file, in only one folder, right? How do we know it? We can enter command pwd. It stands for print working directory. Okay? And now it shows that I'm in folder users, Igor Budazov. I use Unix and it. Yep.
Can you make it a little bit bigger? The
Oh,
font,
yeah, sure.
We see almost nothing. Okay, thank you.
I think it's cool, right?
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm. Tell me, who of you use Windows? Tell me what you've got. PWD.
On Windows, okay.
PWD.
I have got
What's your
nothing.
Yeah.
This is not recognized as an internal or external command with Windows. But I have installed get bitch, then okay.
Windows.
With Windows it's not working, but with this one it's working. Everyone supposed to install this.
What is that?
This is Windows command line.
Command prompt. Windows command.
And this?
This is program.
Program be downloaded from the
This
queue.
one.
All right, you stick to this one, all right?
Yeah, we installed this one.
Yeah.
Okay. and,
Because that Windows thing, it's like not proper. This one is much better.
exactly.
Well-
Everyone's supposed to use this.
So it says
Did you
left,
install
left
this?
up and
Okay.
maybe my initials
Uh,
left up.
and sorry, which is
Yeah,
Okay,
but
then here.
it's your
Just finish.
command line prompt. It invites you to enter the command,
Mhm.
but the actual output of the command is pwd. You press enter, it's slash. You are in the root directory. as I told before, Unix has got only one root directory, right? And it's called slash. Then you've got, let's say, users. It's gonna be one level deeper.
The slash means I am on the top.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
I'm going to
At the
try
most top directory, it's like root, okay?
Oh.
Does everyone
Feedback.
execute it?
Okay, so thank
Yep, this is cool. Should be fine. Yep.
Okay, this is the test.
Uh-huh.
Show me what is this. Command line thing.
This is no.
PWD.
This is the Windows one.
I think you have to install the same thing.
Going to install this one.
Okay.
What do you have here? Windows or
Windows.
Also fine.
okay, download.
Uh-huh.
Download.
Mhm.
This is another version.
We're gonna get there later. It's gonna be another command. Yep. Cool.
Somewhere.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, fine.
I download earlier.
There's only one thing. You have to install this one. Ah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Connect.
So far it's clear, right?
No, nothing.
PWD, what it stands for?
Print working directory.
Cool.
Primary working directory.
Yeah, print.
This is how we know where we are.
Okay, right now.
It's already something good. Okay, now we know in what kind of directory we are at the moment, right? But also we want to know what's inside this directory, right? It doesn't show us so far anything. We can execute command ls. It's a short for list. That's what I've got in my folder. Can you try it? Works?
Yeah.
Cool. So far we learned two commands, but how do we know details of this command? For example, someone says you execute like command, I don't know, cat, and you like, what is cat? Why would I execute it, right? What you can do, you can put man pages, man cat. So far we don't know what's cat, so we can enter it, and here it describes cat, concatenate and print files.
That is going man cat.
Important thing here, for Unix operation system we've got man, I think man, not man. For Windows we've got cat, help. Can you try both of them?
What is it again? Sorry.
No, cat in Windows.
Command not found.
Maybe Windows 10 something else, I don't know. Maybe
Command
something
is
changed in Windows 10.
Command not found.
Who has here Linux or Apple iOS?
Yeah.
You have iOS?
Cat help.
iOS working
On
good?
Windows?
Working good with man cat?
PowerShell.
Okay.
Man cat command not found in Windows.
Cat.
I have a website.
What kind of command not found?
Man cat.
Man space cat.
The thing is, for Windows you're supposed to run cat dash dash help.
Oh.
Try it. Yeah? Mm-hmm. For Unix systems you have to run man cat. For Windows, cat dash dash help. Like that. Cat dash dash help. Works? Cool.
Is there any space?
Just command
between?
for help, right?
Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
Let's have a look how the command.
Exactly.
So what we see here, we see the name of the command, right? It describes shortly what is it exactly about. Synopsis, it's how to use the command. The command itself, it says cat, command name, right? Here we can have bunch of parameters. Those are in square brackets. Square brackets in
Array.
man pages have some sort of syntax, right? It's like here. And if you read man pages, square brackets means optional things. So you can use cat, and also you can use some options, but also you can use it without options. Everything what's in square brackets means optional. Clear?
Mhm.
So what we can see from this synopsis? Can you explain me what's written here?
The explaining what CAD utility does. The CAD utility kind of
There are
manual.
some parameters, dash VEN, and it gives some functionality to the CAD.
Oh, yep. Then?
And you can give a file name,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see what's in the file.
Yeah,
set.
cool. But also we can use it without those parameters,
yeah.
right? And then you've got description. CAD utility reads a file sequentially, writing them to the standard output, all this kind of stuff. Name of the command, synopsis, is basically how to use it, and like way longer description to explain you what exactly does it do, right? I never understood those man pages. It's written way more complicated than it should be. That's why I would recommend you, if you want to learn it like in a better, deeper way, you'd better first Google it, and second, do practice at your laptop at home during the class or something like that. Because what is it exactly? Concatenate and print files.
Something.
Or like utility to read files sequentially. It's too smart for me. So what we can do? We can use this cat command, right? What it says, it reads files. How we do it? Cat, and then we,
The name of the file
Functional file.
the name of the file, right?
with the extension. Right.
Do you have any files in your directory? You executed ls command, and do you see any files there? Cool.
How to know it's a file? I see lots of things: blue, light blue,
Because
white,
you have
green.
Cool. When I execute ls command,
Mhm.
I see, in my case, blue are directories, and the green ones are files with the extension.
Okay.
That's how I know it's a file. If I get to another operation system and I execute this ls command, the colors might be different. It may be even without any colors, because of like that operation system didn't receive latest updates or something like that. It's just stalled, you know, without any colors. So I just have to rely on file extensions,
Extension. Okay.
just something like that. So in my directory, I've got 2 files, and I want to know what's inside them. How do I do that?
CD. Change direction to that file, then ls.
You cannot cd to that file.
View file. VI. View.
Mm-mm.
Uh,
Cat.
Yeah.
Cat shows you what's inside the
Ah,
file,
okay.
right?
Cat. Okay. Cat.
How
Cat
do
is.
Do that.
Can you repeat the question again?
In my directory, I've
Mhm.
got directories and files.
Yeah.
I've got one file, and I
Yeah.
don't know what's inside of it.
Just it's simple. Cat space the file name.
Winner. What I can do right now, in my directory I've got my file.txt right now, okay? But it's a short name of the file. Usually files are like, file names can be quite big, and then we don't want to type them all. We don't want to type all those letters. What I can do cat, my, and then I press tab. And the file name is being auto-completed. It's a very useful thing for you and for all the lazy people. I love it.
I hate Windows.
So in my file, I've got numbers. Does it work for everyone? Can you see what's inside your files?
In Windows, I have a little bit problem. I'm trying to find my directory on Windows to make a file so I can read it on the command line. In the command line, I see a directory, but I cannot go to that directory with the Windows interface.
Alright, let's have a look.
Fine.
Sorry.
So, no, you don't look at Explorer, you just close it, alright?
So I'm supposed to make another file.
Let's have a look. Do you have any files there?
No, I have
LS.
folder.
I think you've got a lot of files here.
Okay.
At least you've got this PuTTY R&D, you've got those files as well. So what you can do,
I can also see these things. Okay.
yeah. How do you read this file? The contents of this file. Case sensitive. Hey, enter. Cool. Works, huh? But this is a weird file, that's how it outputs like this.
Okay. So I have to forget this.
Yep. I'm here to help. Let's have a look. Isn't there? You've got greeting.txt, not my greeting. Alright? You put this one, this name here, but actually it doesn't exist. Only greeting.txt exists. Try it. Cut. Yep. You put only few first letters, and then you press tab. Magic here, huh? Enter. That's what you've got inside this file. That's how it works. Alright. You know the option -A?
Bunlar da kısa yolları.
LS, yeah, this directory is empty.
Kısa yol oluşturuyor.
Let's create a file.
This is Windows.
Şu mesela bak bunlar da gezi dosyalar ya da önemli sistem dosyaları olabilir. Öyle şey yapmış olabilir. Ama ne yapıyorlar şey yani.
Nasıl oluyor abi?
Klasörleri. Yani sen şu an nerenindesin?
Şurada bir bakayım.
That's how you get it.
Bunlar bir özellik değil. Ya böyle bir gidiyor, üstün gidiyor. Anladım. Hani birbirine geliyor.
Şey alfabetik sırayla.
What you can do always, you can press Command C. If you start with something, if it doesn't respond, you press Command C and it stops whatever it does right now. And you got this prompt. It's called prompt again.
Something like
What you can do, remove quotes,
Yeah.
letters, and then press start, and it's gonna auto-complete it for you.
too much quiet.
Alright, I think you can, okay. Just have a look at this file. That's without like those spaces. Then you press stop. Now you have to dot.
You cannot handle users.
Nothing is working.
This girl is gonna be complete.
And now we are inside.
Nothing is working. There is something wrong.
Nice, I like it.
Oh, you are here.
It's a massive file. Do you want to create a okay?
I can create one and then I can, yeah, so let's just
You already know
file
it.
then.
There is nothing.
You're quite good at command line. Look at you. You know all the studies.
I really love common
So it's enabled on the phone. By clicking here, there changes the calculator.
Yes.
Text, I think.
Now you need to put something in the file.
Oh yeah, okay, let's just put something like, I think it's like this, echo,
See, yes.
then, height.
I'm slightly afraid of you. You are terribly good at it.
Oh, thank you. And then, it did? No, it didn't.
No.
It didn't.
I'm already Linux user. It's very simple.
Echo height to name text. Right? And then
Yeah.
it.
But are you like, do you know? Yeah.
Oh, you've got a lot of new things.
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. Şey kontrol C yapıyorsun.
So let's go.
Ya bunu da anlatmak İzledim yani.
The name of the
I cannot tell you that.
Yes.
But what I can say you, I use company users.
Şey mi? Taba basıyorsun. Önce command
You are in the root folder.
gideceğin yeri
So whatever
ancak baş harfini yazıyor.
Yes, echo. The thing that we want to write, for example, hello world.
Let's get to your home directory. Okay, now you are in your home directory, and then you can. What do you want? How do you read this file?
In Windows, command is different. I think get content.
yeah, the Windows something else.
Get, and then
Space. Name of the file.
true.
Try.
Echo is writing.
Works? Cool.
What do we do when we get to an end?
Just shows
Do we
What
open
exactly
it?
have you done?
the file.
I just
Cancel.
less. I just
Just
type
show
less
him happen.
the file name.
Okay.
So guys, if anybody has questions as well, Pearl is also willing to help you. If you have any questions, then there's an extra person in class that can help you out. Yes?
Alright folks, so far I already had like few similar questions. When you are stuck, when you don't know what to do, when you see like no blinking cursor at the end, it means something like something goes wrong. Maybe some command is right in the background or something like that. What you want to know, basically 3 combinations. 2 of them are very similar. Commands Ctrl-C or Ctrl-Z. Ctrl-Z and Ctrl-C. Alright? It interrupts the execution.
To stop everything.
Yeah, just like you are basically saying, okay, stop doing whatever you are doing, get me back. Or if you read in man pages, like this, cut O. What you see here, you don't see your command prompt like you saw before, but you cannot press command Ctrl-C. Ctrl-Z works, but it works in a hard way. What's a nice way? You can press Q. Q stands for queued. Or queued. Queued, because queued is something different, right? So basically, 3 combinations. Ctrl-Z, Ctrl-C, and
Q.
That's right. Clear?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's have a look. All right. So far we discussed a lot of things already, but also we haven't discussed a lot of things. Right. LS. What is it? What does it do?
List.
Show you the directory and the folder inside your.
That's right. PWD.
Printing,
Working
directory.
Cool. CD. We
Change
haven't.
direction.
How do you know it? You haven't learned it yet.
Magic.
CD is a nice command. Let's in Unix we've got the root directory, right? How does it look like? Can I CD slash?
Dot slash.
Point.
No, dot slash is something different. Dot slash points to your current directory. But slash points to the root directory. I can do it like this. And now it says you are on your root. How do I know if I'm on the root directory?
The BWD.
Cool. How do I know what's inside?
LS.
This.
Cool. Works. Magic, right? But what if I execute CD without any parameters? Let's have a look at the man page, right? Okay, forget about it. That's why I hate man pages. It's a simple command. You open it and everything is complicated. I'll send you the link. What number of class is it?
22. 22.
22, right? I'll send you the link in Slack. People come up with new man pages. Not with those ones which you see in Unix for smart people, but explained well for regular people. I like it much better. It's explained in like natural language. If it's CD, it's for change directory. It describes it like change directory.
This is what I'm looking for exactly.
Yeah. So what do we do if we execute just CD? So far I'm in the root directory, right? I execute CD without any parameters. I'm getting to my home directory. Every user on Windows or in Unix have got their own home directory. PWD to see where exactly I am. I'm at users Igor Budasov. What do you have?
User. C user.
C user?
C slash users and my name.
Cool.
Yeah.
Works for everyone?
Windows?
C slash user slash my name.
Cool. You see your name at the path, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That's what CD does. You can change directory to somewhere
Okay.
or just CD without any parameters. Okay, now I'm at my home directory, right? What do if I execute command like this?
One directory. One directory.
I'll draw you a picture, right?
Yeah.
So we've got root directory in Unix or like see something on Windows, it doesn't matter. Then we've got users. Then one more level, I've got Igor. Then I've got one more level, like let's say projects or something like that. Doesn't matter. Right now, let's say I'm in this directory, okay? If I execute cd ... I'm getting one level higher. If I execute the same command again, I'm getting one level higher. Is it more or less clear? Because it's a complicated stuff and not many people gets it straight. Try it to execute it a few times. And then I explain you how it works.
You need to use slash. After at the end of the dash, you need to use slash.
No, it's just CD and two dots, literally two dots. CD, space, and two dots.
1 degree upper folder.
Yes.
1 degree upper folder.
Yeah, one level higher, one level higher, one level higher. Does it work for you? Go again to your directory, to your home directory, just CD without any parameters. Why does it work like this? Unix operation system and apparently Windows also. For example, we've got Igor directory. If you say ls, you're gonna see all the files inside. But if you're gonna execute ls minus a, which stands for ls, all. In folders we can have hidden files or system files or something which you don't want to see every day. It's not your working files, it's just there for some reason. I don't know why.
Can you use another color? Can you use another color? The bin, the light with the green, I see nothing on the board. The green color with your bin. Sorry.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
it's
because
way
with the
better.
light and
It's
the
gonna be
blue.
black.
Okay.
If you execute ls minus a to show all the files inside this directory, even though your directory is empty, you anyway gonna see two files, dot and dot dot. File dot refers to current directory. So if you execute cd dot slash, it's gonna refer to this one. It's gonna stay in the same directory. Try it. That's work for you. If it doesn't, you tell me. And we solve it. Okay? Dot dot refers to the parent directory, like we did right here.
The first dot is for the parent directory, and the second one is for one level high.
One dot for current directory,
Current directory.
and two dots for parent directory. That's why it can work like this. CD dot dot. So basically you CD to this directory which goes one level higher.
So now I think it's changed. Okay. So it's changed. Now let's try it again.
I created
Okay, so what are the things?
Oh, we don't slash code about it.
Okay, so you're in the same thing. You want to go one? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got a bunch of fun.
Yeah.
So do you want to stay in the same directory, or do you want to go up or one directory? Okay, great. So that's the two dots.
Oh, yeah.
So the dots
Yeah.
keep you in the same directory. Go ahead. Yeah. It's just a way of referring to wherever you are.
I don't know, maybe.
It's helpful. Sometimes you're lost. You're like, I don't know.
No, it's not. I think
Now,
it's, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is.
Now let's see where we're at.
It's
All right, clear so far? No? Yes? Cool. Now let's make it slightly more complicated. What if you are here in this folder and you want to get here?
2 times?
2 times, yes.
Ah, cool, you know already, huh? So, CD, din din, din din. You get into users from my projects folder. In your case, it's gonna be something different. Try it.
In the CD. In the CD.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the very basic operations in Unix in command line. You're gonna change directories like, I don't know, hundreds times a day. So you'd better remember it well. Anyway, you're gonna, but you'd better do it from scratch.
I did get your name.
You need the dots to CD.
Yeah. Okay, so
And it's
yeah,
two
since
dots.
this one, it's going to see that. Now you're in the bridge directory. Boom, you're there. Right, can't go any higher.
Yeah, and it's the dots, it's not the slash.
Yeah, so what's your name?
For example, here, you need a
Nice
space.
to meet you.
Like CD goes in the space to put the argument, otherwise it's kind of confused, it doesn't know what you mean.
Okay, one more thing.
Slash is not.
You can use this approach to change directory to like 2 levels higher. This thing is called
No problem.
relative path. Because it's related to your current directory, right? If you try to execute this thing on the root directory, which is like already highest level of the directory, it won't work. Because you cannot go higher than highest level, right? What you also can do, in order to get to user's directory, you can do cd slash c slash users. And you're gonna get to the same directory, but in a different way. Because here we are specifying path from root directory. So basically, in relative ways. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it the correct word? Relative.
Yes.
Relative path and absolute path.
Absolute path.
Okay, cool. So when we change directory with relative path, we rely on this directory, and then we go bam bam, bam bam. If we do absolute path, it's way more reliable. We say we are relying on root directory, which is always there, and we say go to C directory and then to users directory, like it described there. You always get there to that directory. Doesn't matter in what directory you are right now. You are always getting here. It's basically 2 ways of specifying paths. If you're gonna learn HTML and CSS, you're gonna be trying to include files. And there are gonna be the same 2 ways, relative way and absolute way for including files. Doesn't matter what kind of language you're gonna use, you're still gonna have relative path and absolute path. Is it clear so far?
Yeah.
What's relative path? What is it relative? Why is it called relative?
Makes
So it's in
sense.
directory?
Relative with the parents. Like
It's relative to our working directory.
It relies on your current working directory, right? What's absolute path?
Absolute with
It
root.
relies on root directory.
Why is it more reliable?
Because relative is
Because of root directory is always there.
Yeah, got it.
Cool?
No way to be lost.
Yeah, you cannot mess much with that. It's always gonna be there. But your current directory, you are sometimes it's not quite clear in what kind of directory you are. That's why we've got pwd command. Just like that. Cool. What else do we have? Also, we've got echo command, right? Echo, it's like in the mountains. You say, "Hey," and you, "Hey, hey." It just repeats you what you entered. Echo, hi. Bam. It returns you hi. It does echo for you. Try it.
Hi, hi.
On the print the words.
Hmm?
On the print. Echo is doing only prints the words, yeah? As a
Yeah,
case.
yeah, indeed. PHP gets this function which does exactly the same. Also, you can use print. Which also gonna do the same.
Same.
Igor, what about if we take it, write it in double quotes? Is there any difference?
For example, if you want to use all of this, you need to
You're gonna learn it on the second chapter of command line. You put double quotes when you want to include variable in your string, or if it's got special symbols or something like that.
Functions or something like that? Some scripts or
Yeah,
program?
also you're gonna use it in the scripts, all this kind of stuff. So far, stick to echo, and you just remember that echo outputs something for you, whatever you specified, okay?
Yes, this works. For this part, it works. But
Echo just repeating the things that we give to Echo, or just
Okay.
you can
I don't know why we
underscore.
need to use Echo.
Underscore? Oh, okay.
Printing on the screen
Instead of the
is
space,
what
you
we
use
want.
underscore.
You're gonna use it in scripts when you want to make scripts. For example, you executed some command, and then you echo
Yeah.
the command has been executed successfully, let's say. You just output some information for the user, you know?
Like console
And now you
login.
understand it.
Yeah, for
Console.
login, all this kind of stuff. What you use it whenever you want to output something.
Yeah, that's big.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You
This kind of stuff.
Understand why? Or what I'm trying to say?
No.
I haven't explained it before, but so
Oh,
far we've
you're
got
not later.
busy screen, right?
No, no.
We want to get rid of it. You
If you
press
want to name it
command
like this, it
Control
doesn't
L.
work. Because
clean the
it's
screen.
only a sex lesson. This is the space. The
Or
command starts
clear.
here.
Clear.
You're not gonna
Easy.
file decimal one.
Control L, like clear, you know. Control L, clear.
Yeah, but we did it again.
But it's only my explanation. It might be not official explanation.
Yeah, but
It's just to remember it, you know.
missing it.
You already?
Yeah.
What also you can do,
You didn't remove
you can press arrow up right now.
it.
Okay.
It's already here. You can remove it.
It's gonna show you your latest command. It's useful when you have made a mistake.
Typo.
Let's say like it's not echo, it's echo.
It's the same content.
Well,
It's the same
this
content.
command is not found, and you're like, okay, I don't want to type this command again. You press up, you add H, bam, it's there.
How to repeat how to repeat the same command again? What do you write?
Up.
This
Up.
Arrow up.
Up.
It's for lazy people, I strongly recommend it.
Okay.
Lazy developer is a good developer, important thing to remember. Okay, then we've got a set of commands to show what's inside the file. Remember cat command, right?
Yeah.
You can understand, you can remember it more or less like this. You've got a cat, cat has got head, and cat has got tail. This is a set of commands you want to know about the files.
Cat.
So let's have a look. What kind of files do we have? I've got my numbers.txt, right? Does everyone has got a big file there, or like just some sort of file?
I have a PDF file. It's very
No, PDF doesn't count.
Okay, sorry. What do you mean?
What
is your purpose?
Go to your home directory. How do you do that?
CD.
CD, and you are there, right? And just do it. Just repeat after me. So basically what it does, it creates a sequence from 1 to 100 and it outputs it to the file hack.txt. How exactly this operator with like this
Greater.
yeah, how it works exactly, you're gonna learn on the second part, where you're gonna learn the pipes and output redirection. But so far, just use this command, and it's gonna generate you a file called hack.txt in your home directory, in your working directory, where you are at the moment.
It automatically create hack.txt file?
Yep. Cool, right?
From 1 to 100.
Mm-hmm. We've got 30 more minutes, right?
Yeah, lunch starts at 1:30.
Okay.
What's the meaning of sec?
You can forget it.
Sequence.
Sequence. It's like 1 to 100. So far it's not important. I use it only for creation of the file, right? Just for testing, for sake of testing. We clear the screen, Control L to start with a like new page, right? So if I use cat to see what's inside hack.txt, what I gonna see there?
Numbers.
Numbers till 100, right? We don't even see the start of the file. It's like way too big to see everything at the same time. Sometimes we want to see only the start of the file or only the end of the file. Why would we want it? Because we're gonna be writing applications, and applications produce log files. Log files basically what happened inside the application, right? And the latest records are more important because the first records are like it's been like a while ago. You are mainly interested in the latest records. So what you do, you say tail tag.txt. It's gonna output the tail of the file, the most recent part, whatever we got on the bottom.
The last 10.
How it understands? Okay, part, which part? Why from 19?
Look,
Default.
19.
this explanation with cat, right? We've got cat, we've got head, we've got tail. Tail stands for the latest part of the cat, like, you know, this tail part.
Okay.
If we're gonna execute head on this hack.txt, we're gonna see the head of the cat.
How can we see the stomach?
You have to execute whole cat, but it can be quite big.
Usually you don't care. Usually like these commands are not for viewing the entire file. If you really want to see the middle, you maybe just want to open it in some proper editor and look at it yourself.
Yeah. Usually you 90% of use cases you're gonna use tail instead of cat, instead of head.
So yeah, 90% for the logs example is a good one, and you only want to look at the tail because they're the latest records. Sometimes you use head because if you have like a say a big kind of like a table CSV, you have to know the schema, you want to know just like where the columns are, and you can just use head to say the first 10 lines. And,
Is it clear so far?
Yes.
10% beginning of 10% is head. End of 10% is tail.
Yeah.
The other is
I don't think it's strictly related to the persons, but
10 lines, like first 10 lines.
just start of the file. I'm not quite sure, but if you want to be specific about how many lines you want to use, well, how do we know it? We can use man tail. Okay,
Dash N, I think.
and
name displays the last part of the file. It's already good explanation, thank you, man. Then you can use tail with -b and number, or -c and number. This
Pipe.
pipe,
Uh-huh.
in context of man files, it means either this or that. So you cannot use -b and -c together, or -n. It's like -b, -c, -n in square brackets, if you see it. Those are optional, but one excludes the others. That's how you read man files, right? It's another science. So what I can do here, I can use the same tail command, -n, and I want to see last 3 numbers. Oh, last 3 rows in this file. What's gonna be the output? Can you predict it?
97,
8,
8.
97, 200.
Bam, cool. Last 3 rows in this file.
Okay.
So it's quite clear so far, right? Cat, head, tail. Hmm?
Okay.
Right?
The cat, the head, or the tail.
Yep. Nice. All right. We haven't discussed yet how do we create new files and directories, right? First, we're gonna create a directory, all right? Command gonna be mkdir, which stands for make directory. It's again a weird abbreviation. Welcome to Unix. And then you specify your directory name. This directory name gonna be IMS, for example. You can create your own directory. In my case, it's gonna be IMS1 setup. Then inside of this directory, you can go there, right? How do you get inside this directory?
CD,
CD. And then what you specify?
the name of the directory.
Yep. And also you can specify IMS, for example. // stands for,
Current directory.
yep, it points to the current directory. Then we go to IMS, because IMS in the current directory, right? And it works again. Cool. And how do we create file? It's, I don't know how they come up with this idea, but it's touch.
Touch.
You say touch and you specify the file name. I don't know why it's touch, but it's just there. You have to remember it.
Touching the pipe.
Yeah, you are touching the files. Weird. It's Unix. Many things are weird there. What else you can do? You can go one level up. Remember these 2 dots, right?
Yeah.
Like it's there. And also you do more or less the same. Touch /IMS and one more party. It's gonna create one more file for you. But this time you don't specify only the file name. You also can specify a directory. So you can avoid doing cd to this directory and creating files there and then going up. It's some sort of automation, you know. It's way simpler. It's gonna work. But if you're gonna say Russia, one more party, it's not gonna work for you because this directory isn't there and it's not gonna create it for you. You have to be careful about that. It's gonna throw an error. So if you create a file inside of some directory, you want to know that this directory exists, all right? Or this error is being processed somehow. Okay, let's clean the screen. What else do we have? We already discussed Control C, which does?
Yeah.
Stop or
Execute.
Yeah. And what Control Z does?
It's stronger.
Same stuff.
Same but stronger, right?
Right?
Control C is like for nice and kind and a polite interruption of the command. Control Z, shut up. I'm doing my stuff, not yours.
Okay.
Right, now we are getting to most complicated and important part of our lesson so far. Prepare. We've got Vim. Vim is an editor, is a text editor. Why are we discussing Vim? Because it's old and it's still alive. It's already there in every operation system. It's already there in every server. You just have to deal with that. It's complicated, but it's cool.
One really important reason is that later on you'll learn Git, and it exists in Git.
Yeah. So Vim, let's start with Vim, or in case of Windows, it's gonna be Vim-help. Let's have a look at the man. VI improved a programmer's text editor. All right, we've got Synopsys, which says us Vim, then you can use options, and then you can use file name to edit. Because Vim is a text editor, right? And we want to specify a file to edit. Vim is a text editor that is upwards compatible to VI, whatever it is. It can be used to edit all kinds of plain text. It's especially useful for editing programs. Cool, right? How do we exit, man? Q, right. We also can try Control C, but it's not gonna work. But Control Z gonna work. Still, you shouldn't use it very often. So how do we open a file with Vim?
Vim space the file name.
File name. What kind of file name we're gonna specify?
What you want to create. For example, where you are in your home folder, you can just type your file name or.
Yeah. Also.
Or
Let's start with editing of existing file, right? What kind of files do we have? We've got hug.txt, right? Let's try to edit it. Hug.txt, right?
Yeah.
Can everyone do this command? Does it work for you?
Yeah.
So, here the struggle goes. You cannot do anything right now. You just opened it and it's just there. You can go like this and Vim has got two modes. Vim has got first mode is a command mode, which is the default mode when we open this editor. And second mode, it's edit mode, insert mode they call it, for whatever reason. It's for editing, but they call it insert mode. Command mode means you can enter the commands there. You don't see it so far, but you can press colon Q. It's gonna be the first command which you're gonna learn, because people struggling exiting Vim. It's impossible to exit Vim without knowing this. That's why colon Q. Q stands for quit.
Quit.
That's how you exit Vim. If you try to, let's execute this command vim hack.txt. If you try to press Ctrl C, it doesn't work. But what's good already, it shows at the end colon QA and press enter to abandon all changes and exit Vim. Can everyone exit Vim?
No.
Control Z, but
Nope.
not good.
You shouldn't do that. It's for example, if you open the file and you edited the file, right?
Semicolon?
Then you want to exit in a proper way in order to have your changes saved, right? If you press Ctrl Z, everything gonna be gone.
Oh, yes, yes.
This is the best solution.
I can explain it right now.
Okay.
So far,
Can
I want you all to exit Vim. Can you do that?
I want to go out.
I can't see anything here.
Sorry?
It's terrible.
Column is this two dots.
Yes.
Q.
Thank you.
Instead of
Can
we use instead of
Okay.
Okay.
Vim doesn't work.
Colon, then Q.
Because you made some changes. You add
You have to install Vim.
Well,
Let's install it.
We just okay for Ubuntu, I think.
undo the changes.
Go.
You execute this command. sudo apt install Vim.
How did you do this?
Read this. Do you read
No, it's same. We in Ubuntu,
I have changed
VI.
something. Help me, I have
Same with VI.
changed something. I'm
Vim.
going to leave.
VI is basically
I am
older
sure.
version of Vim.
If I write this one, it's going to exist without.
I prefer Nano for the test.
That's what.
Well, we've got some advanced users here. Yeah, it's way simpler.
And this symbol.
But Nano is not everywhere.
Yeah.
You have to be aware of that. You have to know it.
Maybe we should explain why the escape should be necessary to come from insert mode to command mode.
I didn't even get there to insert mode. I want people to start exiting Vim correctly.
Are there content there? No. Yeah, but
You know how to exit now.
you don't have this file, that's why there's error because there's nothing. It doesn't even exist.
Right, it's there.
You can create the file with this
So what is one for you?
That's it.
Use it. No right since last change.
And now if you ls, you have the file.
Okay.
Now you can win it. Right?
And
But if it,
yeah.
yeah, if it doesn't exist,
And then it just goes without
Yeah,
any statement.
Man, Manka. Man is something you can write now.
And if you use git bash,
Man
you will get this.
man,
If you did something, you get this extension.
well, I maybe it's part of your
I
file.
can use man.
So this is not the column Q. Column Q is the command line. You have to be inside the Vim editor to do that. So
Here I have a list of commands.
Oh.
lesson
Man,
txt.
Yes, you
CD,
have
for
a
example.
maybe just remove
Lesson
it.
txt.
Man, CD. Enter. Not found.
Okay.
Here you can do
Full single.
Mesela GitHub'ın içerisinde bir şey read oradan çat diye film yazıyorsun. Oradaki şeyi yazıyorsun. HTML'in kodlarını görmek istiyorsun. CSS'in kodlarını görmek istiyorsun. Hemen buradan konu satırını uzaktan bile görebilirsin.
Alright, you got it VI.
Yani içinde ne var ne yok okuyabilirsin.
You use everywhere I say Vim, you use VI instead. Alright? It's gonna work for you.
Bu normal. Modifiye edebilirsin.
You have to install updates for your Ubuntu. You go home, you run software update, and you're gonna update whole Ubuntu system, and you're gonna receive a Vim for free. Alright, people, does everyone have Vim and can exit it?
Yes.
Yeah? Huh? No, not Control Z. No. Colon Q. Yay! That's right. So, Vim has got two modes. First mode is a command mode, where you can enter colon Q and safely exit it. It's very important thing. But Vim is for editing files, right? Let's try to edit our file. We run Vim, you run VI in your case. Some people apparently don't have Vim, but they do have VI.
Okay.
We just opened the editor and we want to modify it. To modify, we use I. We just get our finger and press I. Down below you see insert mode. That it means now whatever we enter from the keyboard, it's gonna be put in this file. Hey there. Can everyone edit the file? You open the Vim and you are in a command mode. In command mode you enter I, which stands for insert mode. And then you can insert whatever you want.
Is it automatically saved or is it
No.
saved?
No. We are getting there, we're gonna save it soon. But so far I want you to add this line. Or any kind of line you want.
Okay.
Okay? Does everyone have it?
Yes.
Cool. Now, we are in insert mode, and basically we can only edit files there. To save our modifications and exit Vim, we need to get back to the command mode. For that, we press escape twice until we don't see insert here. It means Vim in the command mode again. To save the file, we do it like this: write and queued. Quit, right? Quit. I have to learn this word.
You can say cute, it sounds nice.
W stands for write and Q stands for quit. Okay? We press it, bam. Let's have a look. Is it still our changes saved?
You can use head.
Huh?
You can use head or cat.
Can we use head for that?
I mean, if you, your changes
In which line you have?
I had my changes on the first line.
So head.
Yeah? Bam, it's there. Does it work for everyone? Do you see your changes?
You type column?
Yeah? Cool. Even you with your Vim. VI, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I have column, and then you can write and quit. So write and quit is save the changes.
Okay.
All right. Let's do something else with Vim. We just opened Vim again. In what kind of mode we are?
Command mode.
Yeah. How do we know it?
There is no
There is a command line.
Cool. Here we are in the command mode. One of the biggest thing about Vim, it allows you to search inside the files. To search inside the file, in the command mode, you press /, and then you enter whatever you want to search for. I want to search for 55, because I already know that it's down there in the file, but I don't see it so far. And the file can be very big, but I still want to see my changes. Oh, my line, whatever I'm searching for. And you press enter. And we are getting you to that line with this occurrence of the string you are searching for. Yeah, does it work for you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, right. Yes.
But
You can type
I
something.
get there to modify this line, right? That's why I was searching for it. How do I do that?
First
I.
Cool. Here I am. And then I can modify this line, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I just modified this line. How do I save my changes and exit?
Right,
Escape,
Q.
twice escape,
And
and semicolon, Q, W,
It already
or
works.
W,
W what?
Q,
WQ. Which stands for?
Yeah.
and right and Q.
It's only this one, so it already
Right and quit.
Right. We just saved saved our changes, but we don't know it yet. How do I search for the changes? Slash.
No, because I was typing randomly.
Search it,
So it's not that random.
Let's search for oops, right?
Not random. No.
Bam, it's there. Our changes were successfully saved.
First exit. Exit is that. You can column.
I think two of you have VI editor and some
Because
problems.
this doesn't work.
Just pay attention
Doesn't
to what
have
you
too much
see.
files.
Yes,
So
I
there's
will follow everything.
No,
I
and
think
then the first exit is
okay.
like column Q. And we need to first exit the column Q.
Alright, folks, we are short in time. In 2 minutes, the lunch starts.
Show me all the files.
Let's wrap it up, alright?
Yes, and now we remove them.
So, we learned Vim today. What is Vim?
Yes.
What do we use it for?
Text editor.
Text editor, right? What's good about it? Why do we want to learn Vim?
When you want to change things inside the file, like
Yeah.
adding numbers or
And also when you cannot use your nice IDE or nice text editor with graphic user interface, right? Vim is always there. It's waiting for you. What kind of mods does Vim have?
Command mode and insert mode.
Cool. When we open Vim, what do we have?
Default mode, command mode.
Yeah. How do we know we are in a command mode?
It doesn't try to insert.
If no answer,
It doesn't show you insert here, right? Means we are in command mode. What kind of commands we learned so far in Vim?
Slash.
Slash for what?
To edit and
To
Slash for search. It's one of the coolest commands so far.
semicolon. Q, quit.
Q.
Yeah. You successfully know how to exit Vim. It's like big part already. Because people struggle with that a lot. How do we save our changes and quit?
WQ.
WQ.
First escape, then WQ.
escape colon.
You are good, you are good. Cool. How do we modify the file?
Control I.
Without control, just I.
Just
I stands for
editing.
insert.
While we are in the command mode, we click I.
Yeah.
Okay,
In the
we
command
change to
mode, we
insert.
press I without colon or something like that. We just press it, and we are in the insert mode like this. Bam! Insert is down there, and then we do our modification. And like we said before, we double press escape. Right Q, right?
Yes or no question. No need to. Can I also replace things? Can I also replace things with Vim to find something and replace it with something else?
Yes.
Yeah, it's your
Okay, I can.
homework.
Okay, then. Nothing.
You probably can do, but I don't know it. Never tried it. Sometimes you did some modifications to your file, right? And you don't want to save it. Because you at the latest moment recognize, what have I done? I want to exit this as soon as possible. You've got two options. Control Z, which is like forced you just get me out of there. Or second thing you can use,
Q without W.
you can use Command Q but with exclamation mark. It's basically you are screaming to it, go away from here. Your modifications will not be saved. One more situation when WQ not gonna work. Some files are only read-only, but you still want to modify them. Somehow, for some reason, your boss came to you and said, like, modify this file. Yeah, I know, it's only read-only. Go for it. You do the same, colon, write Q, exclamation mark. You are shouting at Vim. You are saying like, shut up and do it. Okay? Exclamation mark when you strongly need it for some reason. But it's not something good. Something goes wrong if you want to add exclamation mark. Whew, that's it. Let's quickly recap our lesson. What's file system?
Files and folders.
Cool. What's the difference between Linux and any Unix system and Windows?
The root system.
Huh?
The file system.
Yeah, what's the difference?
With Linux.
So many CDs, so many disks.
Yeah.
And the other ones just have one.
Only one.
Cool. What's a basic command structure? And how do we know about the command structure?
PWD.
The command name and the arguments.
But we don't know for sure what kind of arguments the command receives.
Man.
Cool. Man for Unix systems, right? And command name and
dash.
very good. And then we have this weird man pages with like quite complicated syntax, but I'm gonna send you the link with a nice explanation, okay? LS. What does it do?
List the contents.
Cool. PWD.
Printing working directory.
Nice. And it prints working directory, right?
There is a working directory, very right.
Yeah, you shouldn't read it. CD, what does CD do?
Change directory.
Cool. When you call CD without any parameters, where do you get?
The home directory.
When you call CD with 2 dots, where do you get?
One level up.
When you call CD with 1 dot, where do you get?
Current file.
You don't get anywhere, you stay there. Echo, what does echo do?
Repeat what you have entered.
Indeed, it just does output for you. Can you remember how do we look what's inside the file? This is cat and things, you know.
The whole file cat.
Yeah.
The whole cat. The whole file. Cat.
Yeah.
And the file.
Then you can see
Head
the
here.
start of the file with head, right? You can specify the number of lines, right?
Yeah.
With what parameter?
Dash.
minus n, which stands for number of lines you want to see, right? The same goes for the latest part of the file. Tail. Tail, cat, head, bam. How do you interrupt the execution of the command?
Control Z, Control C,
and Q. Okay, yeah.
And Q for man pages or for less or this kind of commands. How do you create the directory?
Make directory.
MKDir.
MKDir, right? How do you create a file?
Touch and the name.
And also you can specify like relative path, right? Where you want to create a file. Or absolute path, where you want to create a file. But what you have to, what you want to be aware,
it should exist.
The directory is in this file, in this path supposed to exist, right? Then we are getting to Vim. What's Vim?
Text editor.
Cool. How do we exit Vim?
Semicolon.
Control Z.
Escape to make sure we are in the command mode, right? Colon and
Q.
And if it doesn't want to enter, exit?
Exclamation.
Cool. What if we want to write our changes and quit safely?
Escape colon W.
Escape colon WQ.
Cool. For read-only files.
With exclamation.
Cool. All right, we've got couple more minutes. I'm gonna show you some tricks with this Vim. So we just opened this file. We are in a command mode. We don't have insert there, right? We want to delete the line, but we don't want to change this to insert mode and put the cursor at the end and like delete symbol by symbol. We want to delete the whole line. In the command mode, you press DD. The line is gone.
DD?
Stands for delete.
Why delete, not delete?
Huh?
Why 2 times delete?
I didn't invent it. Delete. One more line is gone. Delete. One more line is gone. That's simple.
How to undo?
Huh?
How to undo?
You cannot.
No, you can undo.
You just can exit without saving and repeat your operations again.
You just press single U, it will undo.
In insert mode. Okay, yeah.
Whoa! I learned something today.
You can press Control R to redo.
Okay.
Crazy stuff, mind blowing. So today you learned
Because this is my habit. I delete things. I want to undo things always.
Yeah. One more thing, you can press YY. Oh no?
Yes. Yes, you copy.
Oh, right. With YY, I just copy the line, copy whatever the line is, right? But to paste it somewhere else, I just press P. And I have this copied line with number 2 after 12. See? Can you try it?
YY to copy?
YY to copy and P to paste.
Line.
I think it's time for a break, because we have the presentation.
Alright, guys.
Escape colon Q to go out.
Yeah, colon Q. Maybe even with exclamation mark if you want it.
He's so curious about code.
Alright, thank you for listening to me. Good luck with your command line experience, and especially with Vim experience. It's gonna be hurtful.
Thank you, Igor.
Thank you. Let's get to lunch. No, I'm going to have some rest. But if you have questions, I'm ready to answer. Do you?
Oh, yes!
Yeah, but not command line. Command line is the second chapter you're gonna have next week.
So it's not really something I feel like my eyes are, getting tired and tired, so that's why I